real estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with Joey Sampaga.
Oh, yeah!
And we are the Maniacs. And we have with us today Ryan Nager. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
You know, it's been a great day.
Weather's nice. Nothing to complain about.
Absolutely. Weather's awesome. We've had a very productive day. Hopefully you as well. We're going to go through this a little bit different. So I want to bring up real quick before we actually get in, Chris Self over at Security.
Good guy.
Yeah, real good guy. He says that you have a good arm. Did you play baseball?
I did growing up, yeah.
Okay. He says that you had a good arm. He says probably not as good arm as he has.
Chris has got a very inflated sense of self sometimes.
Okay.
No, he does have a cannon for an old guy.
Okay, so for an old guy, he did say that he thinks he can outthrow the football. He thinks he has some yards on you on the football.
I think there's one time that he did impress me with his football throwing capabilities.
Okay, well that's what he mentioned. He said
I think he threw his arm out afterwards. Though.
Okay,
I mean he was definitely sore afterwards.
He told me that story. So anyway, he did say that you're good at golf though.
We've played a couple times. Yeah.
Okay, probably much better than him. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. And one of the things that I want to make sure that everybody listening knows is right up front, how long you been in the business, what broker are you with, what compelled you to get in the business, do you have a team, things like that.
Sure. So I've been 7 years, coming up 7 years in summer. So I got in the business when I was 22 years old.
Okay.
And you know that anybody knows what 2010 was. You know, it was a struggle, but I kind of felt I was coming into it at a really good position. You know,
okay.
Really didn't have any bad habits at that time. So
right.
Fortunately, I was lucky enough to be with some really good mentors. Starting out. So one of those people I'm still with today. That's our broker, Steve Trang. We're with Stunning Homes Realty.
Okay. Okay.
And and now I have started to grow my own team as well. I've got 7 agents under me and a couple admin, and
that's great.
Yeah, we're growing and rocking and rolling.
All right, no, that's an awesome. So, do you mind sharing with me? Some people don't want to share this, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Okay.
Do you mind sharing with me what you did prior to real estate?
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with why I've felt like I've been successful at an early age starting into. So I've always had an entrepreneur, mindset. From a very young age, I knew I wanted to get into business. I didn't know really what that meant. But ever since I was legally allowed to work, I've been working.
Okay, yeah.
So what I did throughout high school and college was working for a grocery store called Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm sure
yep.
people are familiar with it. And what I feel like, I really took away from that culture, which is you go into Trader Joe's, everybody's happy. It's just a good place to work and to shop. And really what they, instilled, in me at a young age too was, the lifetime value of a customer and a client, and I took that, into my real estate career. And I saw, a lot of people, that were realtors that I knew really didn't have that kind of mindset.
Right.
They just were very transactional, and it wasn't, and I liked the, relationship, part of this business.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, that's a great segue into the next thing here. So share with us now what's the makeup of your business? Who's your niche? Who you're targeting? What percentage listing versus buying? What do you primarily concentrate on?
Primarily, as it changes, as you evolve in your real estate career. When I started out, I was strictly a buyer's agent. I was working with 100% buyers, taking everything that was given to me, rentals, buyers, very few listings at that time. And as my business has grown, so have my, clients have gotten older, and started to have different needs. Now people are starting to sell, they're just kind of dealing more with, that type of clientele. So
right.
Now my business is pretty split 50-50.
Okay.
I do, work with a solid, referral business when it comes to, listings. And then, we do, do a lot of generating, leads for buyers.
Okay. Okay. And I know you mentioned when you came in here, we talked a little bit about millennials. Do you have a certain way of connecting with millennials, or is there a certain strategy behind that?
treat them as you'd want to be treated. I'm a millennial, I'm 29, and so I'm able to, I think connect with them on different levels, that certain, age and demographics, really can't. So, that's always just been something, I've focused on, and just because I believe, truly in the value of real estate, especially, when you're a young person. If you have the opportunity, to start home ownership, at a younger age, I mean, you've seen the statistics and the studies, it puts you well above, the norm. And, with such a low home ownership rate for millennials, I try to be that guy to educate, my friends and, their friends about, the benefits and what I've seen, other clients.
What do you think is so working with millennials, what would you say is one of the most asked questions that a millennial would ask you regarding real estate? Because obviously a lot of them were at home probably when their parents went through, the correction that we had or the collapse that happened back in, 08, 09, right?
Right.
So are a lot of them fearful? I mean, do they think, oh my gosh, my parents went through this, I don't know?
I'd say, there's a healthy level of skepticism, that was there, just because, they saw, like you said, what their parents went through and just kind of saw the run up, in values at that time and, people losing their house. So it is scary. But I think once you can peel away, and really explain to them, what caused this collapse, that we saw and what has changed, in today's market and in today's lending guidelines, it gives them, an air of confidence. And, I think, for, my people, they kind of have a level of trust, in what I'm saying. Good. And, I try to educate them on that level.
So being in the business for a while now, what would you say, as you talk to other agents, newer agents especially, what do you think what causes them to fail a lot? Because a lot of agents don't stay in the business, and what we're looking for is what is it that you feel like most agents don't do that cause them to have an epic fail?
Sound effect.
That was not bad, huh?
No, it's great.
Epic fail. Anyway.
I mean, I think like a lot of things in life, it's just not taking a very long-term approach. When I got into this business, I heard those statistics too. 80% of people fail, the first year. What's left, 90% of those. And, that didn't scare me. It kind of, made it a little challenge, for me.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And for me, that kind of got me excited. And I was like, hey, if I can make it past, these 2-3 years, then I've really built myself, a solid business. And so it's think long term, and it's really just, get out there and put in the work, as much as you can. And, know that, for every failure, every no, there's more yeses to come. Right. And it's just kind of getting over that. And
absolutely. Yeah. So the message
is, get back to work, you slacker.
Absolutely. Get back to work, you slacker. That's true. All right. So I know you wanted to tell us a little bit about your role, right? And I believe you have a team that you put together now too, right? So yes. What do you enjoy most about your role?
Really educating, our younger agents and, and seeing them have the success, that I was able to see and, seeing them getting excited about this business and helping their clients, achieve, these goals and and seeing their own goals. I'm a big personal development kind of guy, and I really like pushing, my agents and helping them, not only reach their business goals but other goals, in life. And so that's kind of been, my role, as the team leader. More of the mentor, and just kind of the encouragement, giving them, things to do to help them, grow their business.
So do you have a certain habit you do on a regular basis for yourself, for your success? Something that you...
Reading,
Read a lot?
Okay. I've learned more, in books, than I ever have, in school. And, continuing kind of the education, after you get out of school is imperative, to anybody's success right now.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Now, what we're going to get into right now, and I don't know if you even are aware of this yet or not, but I've got 4 questions that I want to ask you, and we're calling it it's time to get in the ring with the Maniacs. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is more of a rapid fire, okay? So what's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Buy real estate and wait.
All right. What would you say is your favorite mobile app?
The Flex MLS app.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. Share with the listeners a book that you would recommend?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Awesome. Okay. And name one productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis.
Follow Up Boss.
Yeah, CRM.
Yep.
Right? CRM makes a big difference.
Absolutely. And finding one that you work and works with you is key.
Is the key, right? All right. Awesome. Good job. You actually graduated from that one, so that's a great job there. We're going to have you draw a question from a mask. How about that? So this is where we really get into, this is one random question. All right, so go ahead and grab that.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right. What'd you get?
Who is your favorite actor, actress?
All right.
That's a tough one. Who's my favorite actor or actress?
Da-na-na-na. I don't have the music with me.
I'm gonna go with Denzel. You know, I mean, he doesn't put out a bad movie.
There we go.
Yeah.
Denzel's a good one. Joe, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, well, let's see. Who's my favorite? I kind of like the old stuff, you know, City Slickers type guys, like Billy Crystal and, you know, those guys. So
You're not like a Russell Crowe guy, huh? No. Are you not entertained? All right. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. If someone, any of the agents listens right now, if they would want to reach out to you, how could they get a hold of you?
Very easily. You can reach me at cell phone.
Yeah, anything. Okay. Whatever you want to give, right?
480-227-1527. Look us up online, stunninghomesrealty.com. You can check out my Facebook page, Ryan Nager Group.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Great information.
Thanks for having me.
And it's the Maniacs from Security Title Studio in the heart of the Biltmore, and we're signing off. Have a fantastic day. Take care.